Alright, I want to do a little video here to show how I'm going to try to install a little G10 sensor from SICK here that will look at the actual garage door, and if it's up at a certain time of the night, close the garage door so that we don't stop leaving it open overnight. And hopefully, if everything works out, we'll get it controlled by Alexa. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to tie into the wires that are coming off of these buttons. Really all that is a momentary switch that's putting two wires together. And so the G10 sensor that we got here actually has a little relay output, so you can see on the bottom there, that's a wiring diagram for relay output. So all we're going to have to do is take two wires and connect them to these two wires and actually bridge that gap ahead of this switch if the sensor's active. So hopefully all the wiring will go slick and we'll be able to get this set up pretty quick. Alright, so the first thing we're going to show here is I got one sensor mounted, and we want to mount it so that it can see the garage door at a certain spot. So if we don't mind Band-Aid there, you'll see that the sensor is mounted up there, and it's looking kind of down at an angle, and it's going to be seeing just this front edge right here of the garage door. So I did a couple of tests. I'll try to do another test in a minute here, but right now the sensor's got a long range. This G10 sensor can see something like 700-800 millimeters, something like that. It's got good performance on black and white objects. You don't have to worry about black-white shifts. So I think the white garage door is going to be an easy target for us. Just got to get a couple of them mounted, and then it's all about the way we get it wired up. Spinning away. Alright, so I got both sensors mounted. Here's one right over the top, kind of looking straight down at the garage door. That one we'll have to make sure that we don't have it set too far so that it sees like my truck parked underneath it. But it's got a potentiometer on the front there for an adjustable sensing range, so that shouldn't be difficult to deal with. And then over on this side, we got another one mounted. Again, just showing the versatility of this little sensor. It'll be able to see objects at an angle. It's a pretty steep angle that it's actually detecting. But now we got to get it wired up, so we got to get those interrupt cables basically connected right there for this sensor, the garage door on the right, and then the other one, we normally would set it up right there, but actually these wires that run across the roof here, I can just snip those and splice into them. So I'm going to do it that way. Seems a little easier. Alrighty, let's get back to it. Alright, so we'll take one more look at it here. I've got this guy mounted up here. Not super great mounting, it's really just the drywall holding it now, but I'll put some anchors in there later. With a short sensing range, so I gotta get my hand up pretty close for it to be able to see it, so I don't think it'll see my truck. And then you can follow the wiring back here. And this is the intercept that I put together, just a couple of those connectors. And right now my black wire is the one off in the distance there. If that is connected and I swing my hand in front of the sensor, my garage door will take off. Here, taking another look at this guy again. He's already set up, and if we get in front of it and trigger it, garage door takes off. So there she is in action. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up our connections, and then I'll get into how I'm going to get this connected to Alexa. Right now, the G10 sensors are so sweet. They got the relay, and then they're also universal voltage. So they run off of AC power. I don't need any sort of converter. So all I'm going to do is put a little smart outlet right there, give it a name, and say, hey Alexa, turn on close garage doors. And turn it on for a minute, turn it off, and my garage doors will be closed. So that's the setup we're following, and when we're done with some limbo practice, then we'll show you the final product. By far the hardest part of this whole process, getting those damn sockets to work. While we wait for the device to set up, we'll check on our inspector here. What do you think, Band-Aid? How's the work look? Isabel, what do you think? Good? Alright. Thanks, bye-bye. Alright, time for the test. We got our two garage doors set up. I finally got that smart device set up, just a little plug. I had to do it in AP mode. I seem to have to do that all the time, but now I got it linked up in my Google account. So if I go ahead and hit turn on, got 2 garage doors going. The nice thing that I like about this is the sensors are only going to fire if they see the garage door. So like right now, I can turn this off if people are concerned about security or getting hacked. You can go ahead and turn that plug on and off all you want. It's only going to fire, or it's only going to tell the garage doors to close. It can't tell them to open because there's nothing underneath the sensor to activate the sensor. So not worried about security at all, but this is going to be a sweet little routine that I'll add to my bedtime. Probably wake up and then put it one time in the middle of the night for 5 seconds so that if we leave the garage doors open, let's just close them. All right, if you got any questions, please comment below.